There's so many scenes I could talk about. Steven Universe is an incredibly Hope Punk show. But I think I'll focus in on two scenes that I feel hit right at the core of two major pillars of Hope Punk. I don't see this scene talked about as much as the other one, so I wanted to highlight it first. Greg the Babysitter is not the most earth-shattering episode of this series, not by a long shot. And yet, it is in this relatively low-key episode that SU's entire philosophical and thematic premise is put into words. Rebecca Sugar and the Crooniverse managed to do something most sci-fi doesn't even bother with. Why humans? So many alien species in so many stories develop a fascination and even love for humans that often feels like projecting our own desire for being special, rather than a belief that fully makes sense within the story.
Once again, a UFO has landed in America. The only country UFOs ever seem to land in. Excuse me, what's that, Hinshaw?
There's rarely anything truly unique about humanity in comparison to other alien species in the story that really justifies this special treatment. In contrast, SU makes a point of separating the culture of Earth and Homeworld. Gems are not born, but grown, intentionally created for an assigned purpose. Their own wants and desires and hopes and dreams have no value in Gem society. Who they are doesn't matter, only whether they play their role correctly. While there's certainly many humans who buy into similar mindsets, as a general species we tend to understand that humans grow and change throughout their lives. I'll let Rose explain.
When a gem is made, it's for a reason. They burst out of the ground already knowing what they're supposed to be, and then that's what they are. Forever. But you're supposed to change. You're never the same, even moment to moment. You're allowed and expected to invent who you are. What an incredible power. The ability to grow up.
Wow.
This is something that I feel humans should appreciate more about ourselves. We have the power to learn, to grow, to change, to pursue our dreams, to choose the people we call our friends, to take a hard look at ourselves and choose what kind of person we want to be. The second scene I want to talk about is in a much more well-remembered episode, but it still deserves attention. While SU has had more than its fair share of so-called criticism, some fair but a lot unfair, especially around its finale, it was one of those acceptable punching bags for a good while, though recently it's been getting some renewed love. It is an absolutely beautiful story. In the final episode of the original series, that is not the movie or epilogue series, though those are vital to the full story, Steven faces White Diamond, who is immensely rigid in her beliefs. She refuses to let others speak. Hell, she literally stays in a giant version of her own head, showing how she's shut herself off from anyone who could potentially poke holes in those beliefs, whether she knows that that's what she's done or not. Steven manages to break her belief system, resulting in her looking for a new way to make sense of the world. He does this through affirming his own identity in the face of White Diamond denying it. In fact, Steven is misgendered during most of his interactions with Homeworld, and his mother's name is often used instead of his own because the Homeworld gems literally struggle to wrap their minds around the reality of who Steven is. Steven's triumphant moment is literally him hugging himself, embracing the unique reality of himself as vital to what makes him Steven Universe, without any room for doubt or denial. It's an immensely queer moment to assert and affirm one's own identity in the face of those who categorize it as abnormal, unnatural, and so on.
Steven! Are you back together? Are you?
Yeah, I'm me. I've always been me.
No! You are Pink Diamond! That is Pink Diamond's gem! You do not look like this. You do not sound like this. You are not half human. You're just acting like a child!
It is him forcing White Diamond to recognize the reality that she does not in fact know who he is, that not everything works the way she wants it to, or believes it does, that crumbles the beliefs and the pillars that held the fascistic society of Homeworld in place. This is a form of hope punk that I think is highly unrecognized. Being happy, loving oneself, living authentically, resting, having a meaningful community, these are all forms of resistance in a world designed to beat us down, control us, and make us feel small and powerless. Endless ways humanity exists never fail to leave me in awe. The way every single person in history, past, present, and future, is unique, completely unique. We exist in endless diversity. No one even laughs the same. I mean, how cool is that? That everyone is special. Not because we're all gonna change the world, but because we all bring something to it that nobody else can. Being oneself is just so powerful. How cool is that? Being ourselves, simply living authentically, inspires and fosters joy in others and challenges oppression. Just living is powerful. I love that.